I'm Colin Moriarty, and this is IGN News. When Xbox 360 launched the current generation of consoles in 2005, it was all alone on the market for a full year. But if Sony stuck to its original plans for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 would have had some immediate competition. In interviews conducted for IGN's History of Naughty Dog, multiple sources independently confirmed for the first time rumors that wildly swirled back in 2006. PlayStation 3 was originally scheduled to come out in 2005. One source had explained that Sony, quote, had started this ICE team with the intent of developing some core technology that could be shared amongst all of the first parties back at the end of Jak 2. We thought, okay, Jak 3 will come out, that was 2004, and then we'd have another year. Then we get our PS3 game out, end quote. ICE stands for Initiative for a Common Engine. The source continued, quote, that's the reason we got Amy Hennig down here, because we needed a game director to start coming up with ideas for our first PS3 game. Then we found out that it was going to be delayed by a year, so she worked on Jak 3, end quote. Amy Hennig, of course, went on to create Uncharted. The source further noted that, quote, then Hennig started working on Jak 3. Then we realized that we needed to stick another project in there, and we wanted her to be able to work on the PS3 game. That's why we did Jak X, to fill in that extra year there. I guess we had really crazy ideas of what the PS3 might be capable of, end quote. In other words, Jak X was created specifically because PlayStation 3 was delayed and Naughty Dog had to keep itself busy. The source concluded, quote, for a while, PS3 had no GPU. It was going to run everything with XPUs. The ICE team proved to Japan that it was just impossible. It would be ridiculous. Performance-wise, it would be a disaster. That's why they finally added the GPU closer to the end, end quote. Another source confirmed that during the delay, Sony was, quote, still trying to figure out the hardware, end quote, it was creating, and mimicked the notion that, quote, for a while it didn't even have a GPU, end quote, hence the delay. It's important to note that before PlayStation 3 was even named, there were very early rumors that it may launch in 2005, but by the time it officially was revealed at E3 2005, an accelerated release schedule was likely already abandoned. A third source confirmed that Project Big, which would eventually become Uncharted Drake's Fortune after much iteration, was in development concurrent to Jak 3, and the companies aborted and then handed off Jak and Daxter PSP game, and that Project Big itself was put off along with PlayStation 3 to work on Jak X, while PlayStation 2 was still the only PlayStation console on the market. A fourth source noted that, quote, I think the hardware guys focused too much on getting the Sony's proprietary processor cell working that the GPU project for PlayStation 3 ultimately fell behind, end quote. Sony didn't respond to multiple requests for comment on this story. For more on all things video games, including a full history of Naughty Dog, keep it tuned to IGN.